should I talk about now? Is there any questions? Parts that were totally opaque.
I may have missed this part. So what are they really? Like, what is it? Essentially, you give it the tags, it finds them in the original string and figures like it goes about there.
Yeah, that
like
part.
Is that kind of how the math goes? Even at a really high level.
Kind of. So my Python code, I didn't show you the code that. So the conditional random field. It takes this as input. So my Python code turns these labeled examples, because I didn't want to write code to highlight them and say this is what it is. So I just type them out as words. And it turns them into this. And this is the input to the conditional random fields. And it's saying the first part is the label of what it is, and the rest is the features. And so from these features, it's got to say, well, these are 1,500 examples. It says the word 10 carat, that's a measurement, and in 100 examples, they're usually the first word, so probably those are measurements. Yellow gold is probably a material because we have 100 examples where yellow gold is labeled as material. And what it is everything else that that has these features. And from these few dozen features, it eventually learns that.
So it's not actually learning from the sentences at all, it's learning just from this
labels.
Yeah.
Just from the labels
Right.
and the features.
And the features are derived from the sentence.
That's right, by my Python code.
Right.
And I choose what they are just by trial and error. And that is it. This is different from a lot of machine learning classifiers because normal ones don't have this distinction of sequences of things. Like if you go and install SciPy and you get it to classify some stuff, you won't be able to do this because it has no notion of like something comes after another thing, usually.
Well, so in this case, do you have that? I mean, you've kind of encoded that in your features, but does the CRF library actually know about like what previous and next mean, or are those just features that you happen to have put into your?
It does and it doesn't. What it does is it takes the output, like what it labels it as, and it feeds it back into itself. I might be wrong, but I think it uses its output and it finds the most probable sequence based on only the outputs and the features. But the outputs are kind of fed back into itself. But if I want to add global features, I need to do that myself. That's why I have like next word and previous word. I have to manually do that.
Yeah. Okay.
But it will use the generated labels as used in that way. So is there any other questions about anything at all?
Yeah, so is it like word specific? So like let's say if I had like, let's say it was just some 3% to make 20,000 products for apples, like a slice of apples and whatnot. So the apple weight as a thing and whatnot. So would that mean like all the other products would Apple itself would be weighed as a like compared to like let's say Apple iPod. So like let's say we had 20,000 other products. Is it just the weight of that one group, or is it like was it taking a sequence that would?
That's a good question. I don't know. Having that problem with the laptop batteries, I think that as I add more laptop batteries examples, it gets worse. So they call that overtraining and overfitting. And it's kind of really fuzzy because you don't know when you're doing it. It's just trial and error. So if someone made 20,000 bushels of apples or something, and you use those as training examples, it might skew the other results. So you have to use a lot of judgment when training it.